Alright, so the second thing we want to do with our new template is, see this button here is orange, and when you hover on it, the text goes orange. You get a little bit of an orange border there. So if we want to swap out that color, so let's say here on my site I have this blue up here that's highlighted, that's highlighting work. If we want to make that the color of the button instead of orange, how would we do that? So first we need to get the color value of the color that we want. So this site here, htmlcolorcodes.com, gives us a nice kind of color picker. You're probably familiar with one of these, we've seen it. So what it allows us to do is get a nice blue that we like, and then what we're interested in here is this hex. It's called a hex code. It's a 6-digit kind of character code that helps web browsers know what color they're supposed to render. So on the code side, where we want to do this is under CSS and then style.css. If you open that up, again, you're going to get a lot more code than you really need to know what is going on with. But right here, you can see that we're styling the button, and you can see my text editor is helpful, and it shows us some of these codes, what the colors actually look like on the side. So here's the orange. The background of the button is that color. So this will look familiar if we just saw the hex code on the other page. So if we go back and grab the hex code, I'm just going to copy it to the clipboard, and then go back here and paste it in. Make sure you have the pound sign in front of it, and save that style.css file and refresh. Now notice we've got the blue color here, but the border is still orange, and when we hover, we're getting that white and the text is orange. So we got to change a couple more values. So let's just go back, and then a little bit further down here, when we hover on the button, the color is set to orange. That's the color that the actual text is showing up. So if we change that to the same blue we had earlier and hit save, now when we hover over it, the text turns blue on that white background, which is pretty nice. So the last thing is just going to be the border. So if we go back up here under the button, we see there's a 2-pixel border on it. It's got that same orange color. So if we change that to blue as well, hit save, and we refresh, now we've got a blue border on it with blue text. When we hover, we still have that orange border, so we got to change that as well. Here, when we have the hover, the border color is that orange. Let's make that, just make sure that's the same blue. Save again, and now when we hover, we get that blue border. So now we've successfully changed the color of all of these different pieces from that orange that LeadPages gave us by default to the blue.